But he lets the hair stay until after I married.
After we married, like it's fiam. The hair just fiam. Hi guys.
Hey guys.
Welcome back to our channel.
Welcome.
I'm Abisola.
And the cool Mr. Shay. Every day you guys know I have to come up with
Why you gotta
name.
have an adjective all the time? Is that not what they call it? Abishe preposition.
Because I'm cool Mr. Shay. Last week I was DJ Show. So anyways.
Okay, so if this is your first time watching, you guys, thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. You know, it really does help us. So
All right, let's do this.
today, so we had asked people on Instagram, our lovely friends, and we said, send us assumptions that you have about us, right? Like, what do you think about us? What do you assume about us? Like, do you assume that, I grew up in like La Paris and...
They assume that you were Legba. Me, La Paris, Sweet 16,
with your H factor.
Where's whatever.
So yeah, anyway, we got some responses back and I'm gonna be reading them. Shay has not seen them at all. I have not said anything to him.
That's not fair. Because now you know how to answer the questions.
Not necessarily. I didn't try to dwell on them. I just they popped in, I looked at it and then I closed it because I'm like, I really want a raw reaction while we're doing this. Trust me. So I'm just gonna start because we really gotta run like real soon. So first assumption. Oh, this person said no assumptions. I absolutely love you guys. Thank you. Okay. The next one. You're married, so their assumption is your marriage is so amazing and you hardly ever have disagreements. So there are quite a number of like disagreement questions. I think.
Okay, read all of them.
All the assumptions.
Yeah, all the disagreement questions.
Oh, I didn't compile them. Sorry, I was not that organized.
Which person did this? Okay, fine.
Okay, so let's just talk about this one. So they think our marriage is amazing. I think that is correct. That is a correct assumption. Do you agree?
Lord,
our marriage
is perfect. No.
You hardly ever have disagreements.
Hey. So today alone, we've had about 5 disagreements starting from 4 a.m. when we're doing some recording. And she's like, no, let's do that. I'm like, come on, but any dress works. I don't care.
At some point, I was like,
And then I was like, okay, come, let's just record. She was like, hey, I need to take place. I need to relax myself, okay? I was like, whatever. You know
what's funny? Do you remember when we recorded a YouTube video? It was like question and answer, and then someone was asking like, can you give me an example of an argument or disagreement you have? And we were thinking, and we were cracking our brain. You know what my diagnosis is? This social media.
Yeah, ever since we started social media.
Content creation.
Oh my.
The stress.
Yep.
Like the amount of, I don't know, like just the stress, everything rush, every time tired, like after work, we start recording early in the morning. We started recording from 4 a.m. today.
But that's not the real challenge. The real challenge is the fact that, so I'm the creative visionary, right? And she's the operations person. And so I always want to try different things, right? Whereas for her, she's like, let's just get it done. I'm like, no, let's try this artistic.
Can you tell that someone did an MBA?
And then she's like, I don't care about flair. We need a blue shirt to match another blue shirt. I'm like, no, why don't we try pink? And so that becomes an argument. And I'm like, oh, God.
Oh my gosh. And then no one's trying to listen to the other person. I'm just like, oh, Lord.
Don't worry. I've been praying for patience for her. Yeah.
No, the other day for real, so like our pastor was preaching about like fruits of the spirit, and then he got to patience and he was like, who here needs patience? Listen, the way I raised up my hand thinking about our recordings.
Lord.
Anyway, I think we've gone on a rant, but to answer your question, we've been having disagreements around content creation.
I actually had to tell her that, okay, babe, let's have patience for each other. And it's not just her, it's also me, right? Because many times I just want to move and she's like, or maybe she wants to move and I'm doing all the analysis.
Exactly.
So yeah, I like to analyze a lot.
Exactly.
So it frustrates her, but for me, I'm like, if we don't think about the different creative options, how do we create the best? Like, look at the visuals for this. Sorry. I mean, guys, no, for a second, look at the visuals of this setting right now that you are watching. Do you know how long it took me to get this creative flair, right? Anyway, let's continue.
I think we're getting to a rhythm. So while he's taking his time doing the setup, I'm taking my time doing my makeup, because normally he'll be like, are you not done with your makeup? Are you not done with your makeup? So now it's like, okay, you take your time, set up, I'm going to do my makeup.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Question 2.
Okay. Next one. I love your originality. Please keep being original. Because what content creators don't know is that it's very easy to identify fakers. I love y'all a great deal. Oh, this is sweet.
It's nice.
It's very sweet. It's not an assumption, but it's like
there is an assumption there.
That what?
Sometimes we're not 100% original.
Or like borrowing ideas.
Okay, so what we do actually is, many times we come up with our own ideas, but sometimes we borrow ideas. But I guess the difference is we make it us. So it's not like we're forming. So yeah, I guess we're original in the sense that the way we present it is about us.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I think the intent behind what this person was saying was not necessarily like, where do your ideas all come from your head? No,
Okay,
they don't
fine.
all come from
Let
us.
me change. So what she's saying is, when we change our accent and we're not really talking like we're supposed to talk. You see what I mean, right? How did that sound?
Okay.
Did I sound like I was from Britain or Philippines or Australia? Australia. There you go.
Lord, help me today. Okay, next one. I assume that you have your difference, but know how to manage it well. Oh yeah, we're quite different people.
Yeah.
We're very different.
I think we explained a lot of that,
He's a strategist. He likes to strategize and plan for the future. And I'm an executionist. I like to just do, because all those plans mean nothing if you don't do anything about it.
The important thing is, if you just do and you don't plan, you don't have wait, if you don't have a big vision around what you're doing, you're just going to be running that rat race. You keep doing.
Agree.
I mean, on the one hand, we complement each other well for that reason. But I think we're still in the process of figuring out how to balance it, where as I'm strategizing, like, okay, so let me give you an example of what makes us frustrated. I will be like, babe, what do you think about if we approach things? No. I'll ask a question like, are you interested in maybe dancing on stage? Something like that. My goal for asking that question is not so she can go dance on stage. It's right, well, should we incorporate dancing into our content? But if we incorporate dancing into our content, we're not the best dancers, so we need to take dance lessons. But if we need to take dance lessons, can we start recording content around dancing and things like that? And so that's how I'm thinking about, okay, what are the strategies that I can put in place? And then for her, she's like, dancing on stage? I don't know. And she'll be like, I don't know. And I'm like, babe, what does I don't know mean? Like, just let me know what you're thinking. Give me something in your head so I can understand how to direct the conversation. Yeah.
I like how we're opening our yash today because these are the real time conversations that we have. Like the example that he gave, my head is hurting. What do you mean by dancing on stage? What exactly do you need me to do today, tomorrow? Translate that to me to an actionable item, or I can't help this conversation.
And that's the funny thing, because for me, I'm not trying to say this is an actionable item.
So what's the point?
No, I'm trying to say this is a concept. Can we flesh out this concept into something that can be bigger and better? That is it. But anyways, creative.
Yeah, I think we're figuring out how to work together. You know, it's a process. Like this whole thing is kind of new. You have to give it to us. Like we just started this like a year and a half ago. So and it started pretty slowly. It's starting to
let's really say it really started in like November, because prior to that
we're just kind of chilling. Yeah. Okay, right. I'm gonna do the next one. They said we know how to manage it well. I'm glad it looks that way. We're figuring it out. I assume Uncle Shay lives more. I think they mean loves more.
Well, whether it's leave or love, either. Right.
Is that a correct assumption? Do you love more than I love?
I express my love a lot more.
You're more expressive.
Yeah, I'm more
expressive. I think that's true. Yeah.
She can be loving and she's just like doing.
I'm just looking at you. As long as you're alive and well.
And I'm like, babe, I just give you a hug. Like, come on, boo, come on. Okay. Wait, show me love. Love is not kiss. Show me another way of loving. Play piano music for me right now. All right, let's go on.
I assume you both can't do anything without each other. Yeah, I can. Anything you can do, I can do better. I can do anything better than you. No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Nah, man.
Yeah, we do things. What?
I was just thinking about when I was trying to get you to help with my startup. Because,
yeah.
I was in a lot and I was losing my mind. And I was like, babe, come help me, right? And she came and I was like, man, babe, bye-bye. We'll see you later. I'll do it on my own. So, yeah, there are things we can do without each other.
Yeah, the things that I think is best we just kind of do separately.
Yeah.
So mine is not an assumption. It's more of a question. How do you have difficult conversations with Sheyi? It's been 9 years and I have bottled so many things up and I'm about to explode. So this person wants to know how they can have a difficult conversation with their spouse.
So they've been married for 9 years. I mean, difficult conversation depends on what it is, right? But it can be like you just approach the person and say, hey, there's something that you've been doing I don't like, or there's something that I've been going through that I just want to get your thoughts on, or there's something you've been doing I don't like, but there's something you do that for me it makes me feel like I don't say like you're doing this, but like I feel this way. But
expressing how you feel.
When it's difficult conversations, focus on expressing how you feel, not necessarily what the person is doing, because then the person might they'll become defensive. But beyond that, if it's not about them doing something, maybe it's a history you have, right? Like at some point you gotta know that you've been married 9 years. Do you think that person is mature enough to handle those tough things? And it's not that you just go to the person and break it up all of a sudden, like, hey, I did this and I did that. So let's take a very difficult example, right? Maybe the person cheated on you long ago, and ever since then you've had a hard time trusting the person, right? And the person has asked for forgiveness, and you forgave the person, but for some reason you still have that thing in your heart, right? At some point you need to let it go. But on the other hand, right, it may be that you go to the person and you say, hey, I know you've apologized for this thing and it's over, but sometimes I still feel insecure because these are the things that go through my mind. I know I need to work on myself, but can you help me? Maybe you can help me by doing this. You figure out whatever the situation is for you. Without context, it's harder to go more than that.
I think that 9 years is a long time, and it's a long time that both of you should have built a certain level of trust and openness with each other. Like me coming to Sheyi to say something difficult, one, it does not waver. Like no matter what I have to say, again, I don't have the context, but I can't think of anything that I want to discuss with him that would make him start to question or doubt me as a person or as his wife, and vice versa. So me saying, Sheyi, there's something I really want to talk to you about. Like he understands, okay, this is important. Let me set everything aside to hear what you have to say. So just having that level of trust and openness amongst each other, like you shouldn't be able to hide, you should trust your partner to say, and also give them that space to say, hey, is there anything on your mind? Is there anything you would like to share with me, or anything that, just giving each other that space to have that kind of conversation. And I think it's also good to have it routinely, like maybe once a month you guys go on a date and it's just kind of like a routine, a tradition to just ask one another like, hey, what's the most difficult thing on your mind right now? Like what is the one thing that I do that maybe makes you unhappy? And you ask the other person back and you're open, like you're not about to like attack that person. Like
one thing, let's have that conversation right now. When I'm coming up with all these strategies, just sometimes give me, no mind, I'm playing around. I'm playing though. Leave me alone though.
Nowadays, I just keep quiet. That's the thing. So he comes with all these strategies and I just say, okay, that's good, because I don't want fights.
But
I'm like,
for me, I'm like, no,
that's
okay,
good.
that's
And then he's like, that's good. What are you saying? Say something. And I'm like, oh God.
All right, let's move on.
Okay. This assumption says, Abisola man konra.
What does that mean? You're too testy. You're too testy. Like anything gets on your nerves. Anything gets on my
anything gets on my nerves.
Is that true?
Onkonra. Is that what it means?
Kind of, yeah. Sometimes I can see that. Especially when I'm coming up with my strategiges. So yeah, that's the one time where you can get testy.
Okay,
when I'm like coming up with a lot of all these things and she's like, I just leave me alone. I don't want to do it. But in general, no, you're a really patient person. Like that's one thing I actually like about her, because she doesn't have drama except when we're recording. She doesn't have drama at all in this life. Like as you can see, I've been very peaceful. I've enjoyed everything about this woman.
You were painting me as the bad one during our recordings. You don't want me to show you the behind the scenes.
I just admitted my faults now.
That what?
That I do a little too much sometimes.
Very good. Okay.
All right, next one.
You guys are childhood friends. That's their assumption.
No. We're not childhood friends.
Yeah, we met.
We're childhood lovers, though.
We met at the age of 20. We were both 20 years old when we met, and I turned 21 shortly after. And we were final year. We were about to get into the final year of college, university, whatever you call it. So.
And then.
Good assumption.
Fine girl, see fine boy.
All right, next one. You guys make marriage to be sweet. I know God will surely grant me a loving, caring, and beautiful family like this, or even more better. Do you guys even fight at all?
Yeah, we've talked about that one.
We've talked about this. That was a long. Okay. I think you guys have really come a long way understanding yourself, and y'all give room for one another to be yourself and enjoying the show.
That's good.
I think that's a fair assumption.
That's true.
Okay, this one is next. Wifey was born with a silver spoon.
If only you guys know.
Was I born with a silver spoon?
She's the daughter of a farmer. She'll be following cows. She'll be picking up eggs after chickens. She'll be cleaning the yash of goats. Like her parents had fish, they had cows, they had goats, they had chickens. What didn't they have? They had pigs. Yeah, I said pigs already.
Any animal that you can think of that is edible. We even had bunnies at some point.
Rabbits, wow.
Yes.
On Christmas money, do you know how they celebrate Christmas?
We had
how did you
ram,
celebrate Christmas?
Christmas morning.
When your dad was a farmer.
That's the days that you sell the most, because that's when everybody's coming to buy chicken.
So they'll quickly.
So in the morning we'll go to the farm, we'll come back home, we'll dress up, take a shower, go to church, come back, and here we'll start cooking party rice. But
if she was born with silver spoon, then me, I was born with diamond. Silver spoon.
No. But let's be honest though. I feel like, to be fair, like I wouldn't say I was born with a silver spoon, but we weren't suffering. You know, like we were comfortable. I went to probably the best school in Benin at the time. And not because parents had surplus, but because they prioritized our education. Literally, I know my parents spent all that they had, all their last penny on our education. Yeah. School fees be late. I was always that one that principal would call to the front.
I mean, I feel like that's
to the front of the line. But not everybody. Why is it only me and 5 other people that they always used to call to the front of the line?
I feel like that's the story of a lot of people, though. That happened to me one time.
Yeah, no, me every term, every beginning of term, I hated it because principal will call you to the front of the office. But again, is it that we were suffering? No, I was attending the best school. My parents could have comfortably paid my fees at a cheaper school, but they pushed themselves, and here we are. And
that's why she can speak English with an accent. So yeah, give them the accent, quick, give them the accent.
Which kind of accent you want me to
give? No, don't give them Benin accent. Give them the one you use for your manager.
I don't have any accent. Don't mind him. But I don't know how to answer this question. I would say we were middle class. That's the answer.
They were middle class.
Yeah. I wish though.
You've done this one.
We've done this one. Okay, so on the next row, it's so confusing. Is it this one next?
Babe. All right, are you both really best friends or just creating content?
I don't know why that made me laugh. Are we best friends or just creating content?
What will you say?
We are content creators. No, this is my best friend right here. He's actually my closest friend. We live together. I'm stuck with him.
You're stuck with him.
I don't remember my life before I met Shay, which is kind of
Shay is your life.
That's weird, yeah.
I'm my life right now, yeah?
He actually collected the phone from me. I'm not moderating it properly.
All right, let's go to the next question.
Okay. Wait. So did you answer? Are we best friends?
Yeah,
I said my opinion.
Sure, yeah, we are.
All right. Although you have one friend like this in the UK that I'm calling every day.
There are 2 of them.
Oh, 2 of them. Somi.
Why do you drop his name like this now? What if people want to go and now start finding him?
Somi and Dele. Those are his friends.
All right. I think you guys are amazing. I know all things are not rosy, but you inspire my dream marriage.
Thank you.
Oh, that's good. All right, next one. you both are so lucky with this love thing, but in our work, we worked hard for it.
I feel like God favored us, honestly, because again, we were 20. Like, my eye was not fully open then to all the things that them boys are doing now. So I feel like God just looked at me, I was like, Bisola, my daughter, let me favor you. Let me shield you from our boys.
And so he sent her.
He sent me this really fine guy.
Amazing fine guy. Like, guys, check this guy.
Listen, see this hair, look at him. Oh, they're fine. Although the hair was not like this then, but you know.
And God knew what he did.
That's
he let the hair stay until after I married.
Right after we married, like this, the hair just
All right, next question. Who do you text the most?
Sadly, you. And we live in the same house and we both work from home. Like, how do I still text you the most? I don't get it.
Oh my. So I have to show you guys this question.
Anyway, it says, why is Sheyi bald?
See that question?
Why is Sheyi bald?
Okay, let's go back. Let me adjust my camera settings so you can see our fine face. Alright, somebody just said I'm bald. Like,
but
why am I bald?
It's not an insult. They're just stating facts.
I need to know who sends this one.
You can't see it. It's anonymous.
God,
really.
They need to tell me the answer.
That's why they sent it, because it's anonymous. So
right,
why
fine.
are you bald? You did not tell them.
Maybe
they want to be bald. You inspire them for boldness.
Get out of here.
All right, what's the next one?
You guys must fight a lot behind the scenes.
Yeah, we already talked about that.
Are we newlyweds?
We've been married for 9 years. But I'll take that though, you know.
All right, next one. Okay, I love you guys so much. Anytime I'm watching you guys' video, I keep smiling like Mumu. Mumu is like a Dundee. Well, Dundee is like a senseless person. What I see is not senseless, but like...
Just keep going.
What I see is just two people truly in love with each other. Keep it up, guys. Many young people are watching you guys.
Oh, thank you.
We'll also start running a matchmaking service for you guys.
Do you guys quarrel at all as couples?
I don't know how many.
Everyone is invested in us fighting.
All right, this person said, I'm 15 and I've been following you guys on YouTube.
That is
you
so
guys
cute.
are so lovely and I admire you a lot.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
See, every time you're always telling us to be doing sexual things on the internet, I'm always like, there are small children on this app. Oh. Can you see?
Okay, fine. We'll reduce our sexy
We will reduce it a little bit. Okay.
All right, next one. You were both heartbroken before meeting each other. You two took the lessons from that and decided to make the marriage the happiest thing.
That's an interesting assumption.
Nah.
I don't think we were heartbroken though.
I mean,
I was lonely. I would say I needed friendship.
Lonely. She was so lonely. She was really lonely, actually.
Okay, if anyone ever tells you in real life that they're lonely, don't sing that song to them. Like...
All right, but for me, was I heartbroken? No, I was out of a relationship after like 3+ months, and I wasn't looking to get into a relationship, and then I saw her, and then I changed my mind. But I wasn't heartbroken.
All right.
Okay, this
next one.
He's more in love with you than he's willing to admit or show. I think I show everything, man.
I don't think Shay don't have time to be hiding nothing. Like, you get what you see, man. What you see is what you get.
All right, lots of fan messages. I love you guys. I think you're cute.
Sorry, we're rushing because I literally got to run like real soon.
Also, the camera is down to 3% battery.
Oh no!
Okay. So I assume you have all put together and you're always happy. Ah, that's a good one. So the answer is no. We don't have it all put together. So not
like we're taking it one day at a time, especially with like working. So like I have a full-time job. He has his startup that he works on, like essentially full-time. And then we have kids, we're parents, you know, and we have this social media, even though it looks like we're dancing all around, it's work. It's creating content is work and it's time consuming.
But I think in general, we're still doing it. So it kind of seems like, yeah, you have things you're doing. Like, are there things that we're struggling with in life beyond just the content?
I would say balancing everything. Like, that's where I'm going to. Is like being able to just balance all these many things. Like, I feel like I don't sleep enough. Like, that in itself, I want to be able to sleep 8 hours like everyone else, you know.
What about the part of you're always happy? We're down to 2% battery.
Oh no. I'm always happy. I don't know. I have my moments of moodiness. Yeah.
Me, I'm not always happy, and the times I'm not happy is when I'm thinking about, okay, how do I grow my business to a level where, you know, it's generating revenue or it's very successful. So I mean, I won't say I'm like, we're always, you know, hey, right? Like, there's real things we're also doing, right? Real life. But in general, I'll say we are content, we're satisfied, and even though we're not necessarily always happy, God is good, and we have that joy in us that okay, at least life, you know, we're not struggling with medical issues.
Yeah.
Even though my knee always keeps paining me, but that's a different thing.
Yeah.
Okay, 2% left. As a guy, I did not want to get married before, but seeing how you guys are has made me question my life's choices. Now let's rephrase. Seeing how loved up y'all are has made me question some of my life choices.
I have something to say about that.
1%, go.
We may have to chart this thing and come back because we should deal with this properly. I mean, that's great. And I love that for you. You know, if you get inspiration from people and you do it. But I also want to be mindful of, because I've been burned in the past where I kind of like idolize someone and then that person does something stupid and I'm just like literally crushed. Like Shay knows this, like it's happened like several times. Like he's like, why do you have like such regard for all these kind of people? Like it literally crushes me. So I think, yes, getting inspiration from other people, you see what we're doing and you're inspired, but also keep in mind, we're content creators and we're doing it to inspire exactly what you're getting out of it. We're doing it to inspire you, but take that and do with it what you want. If you know what I mean, like take that and form your ideas, take that and form what really matters to me in a relationship, in a marriage. Like what do I want in my marriage, and not idolize us, if that makes sense.
But I think the other part he's saying is that, and what you're saying is true, the other part of what he's saying is that he probably never even considered marriage, like, or he didn't want that idea, but there is something beautiful to marriage, and that's part of what we're trying to do. We're trying to show, we're down to 0%.
Okay,
we're trying to show how marriage is beautiful for people that, whether they're struggling or like ways they can actually enjoy their marriage. This is the final question. Okay, how often do you guys have sex? Does life happen and then you realize you haven't had sex in a long while? This is none of your business.
That's not the last question.
It's the last question.
There are more questions that we skipped.
Babe, trust me, it's the last question. Let's answer it. That's 0%.
Okay. So what was the question again?
How often do you have sex? Or do you sometimes go a long period and then
what's your concern? What is your...
Let's put it this way. Once you have kids, you get this calendar and you schedule it on your calendar. No, I'm just joking. Some people do that. We don't do that. For the most part, we just roll with the flow. I can't give you the frequency, but know that I'm a very happy man.
We keep each other happy and content. But I feel like I could answer this question so much more, like across the years. Like, and again, having your expectations right. Gosh, I have so much to say on this, especially with the reel that we posted and how people were like, oh, if you say no, you should never say no to your husband, blah, blah, blah. That's just a whole new conversation in itself. Like, across our marriage, like when we first got married, like first year honeymoon, it's a whole different phase. Like we didn't even have no job, but to just not have a job.
After we got
married, having kids and stuff.
No, even during the kids process, right? When you were pregnant.
Yeah, that changes. And
it reduced a lot.
After I had kids, it really did affect me like majorly. Like I had like postpartum depression. It affected literally every part of my life. I hated it. Went to see a doctor because I was like, I am not okay. And you kind of have to work with your partner to understand where they are. Like life is not always roses. There are stages in life, there are phases in life. There are people who fall like really, really sick or have cancer or something. And that affects, their sexual life. Sorry, he's stopping me. Okay.
So the moral of the story is, when you get married, right? If you and your partner are there, right, before kids come, pause.
Enjoy yourself.
Enjoy yourselves. After, because when life happens, when you get a job, you get promoted, you have kids, you're creating content, maybe start a business. Like, I'm sorry, but sex is not the first thing that'll come to your mind. Like, yeah, it'll be nice to have it every night, but even you yourself, you cannot handle it because you need to sleep, you need to think about how to make money, how to do different things. And so do we sometimes find ourselves like we've gone a long period of time and then we haven't had sex in 5 weeks. Hey. Maybe not that far, okay? But, sometimes, a while, and then we're like, oh, wait, okay, let me get you roses. Roses.
I am so proud of this camera battery right now.
It's
because
amazing.
It's been on 0% for a while, but God wanted us to have this conversation.
Okay. This was fun, right? All right, guys.
I hope you enjoyed this video. I think we skipped some assumptions, but I don't know. I have to review it again. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope we answered the assumptions. And what's the summary of everything we just talked about?
When you get married, enjoy yourself.
And continue to enjoy yourself. You have to talk to each other, understand each other, understand your needs, set realistic expectations. If your wife wants it every day, give it to her every day. Y'all need to have the conversation between yourselves and make each other happy, right? Another couple is not your standard.
Yeah, but then the
other
other
people
part
have
is,
things happening in their lives.
The other part is also figure out how you guys handle your disagreements. You'll have disagreements, views that don't align. You'll have different ways of working. Figure out how you guys can work together despite your approaches being different.
Yeah. Okay. Peace out, you guys. It's been real. I gotta run right now.
Yeah, but before you run, we gotta go upstairs, honey. Bye.
Bye.